On today's episode, we're taking that lifted CRV and we're building it out into an overlanding excursion vehicle. We got to get the back all put together. Yeah. Oh, let's go to the house.
Man on a mission. Man with the plan. Man on a mission.
Okay, dude, let's do it.
We're at the VanLife, man.
Okay. First things first, I need to lift the base up so we can get the table and storage area later when we get everything together. Let's get it going. Okay, and about there. There we go. Last screw. So that should be everything that's going to be holding this sturdily and level. We got to add on the front part here. So what this does is it's our reclining headrest. What the hell did I do with the screws? Look at that, eh? Sleeping in style. What do you think?
That looks pretty good.
I decided to take what's left over my vinyl, and this will be underneath all my power stations and refrigeration. This, well, we'll leave that up to later. Okay, there we go. We have a nice sturdy base for the cooler, power station, and our closet. Everything coming together just perfectly and sturdier than before. I think I'll get things wired up before we put the cabinet in. So this is the DC plug-in for the fridge, which was a DC fridge. And this goes to my Blue 81. Or charger one, so when I'm driving it charges. I also have a set of solar panels, portable solar powers, so when I'm parked I can actually hook them up, and that all gets hooked up right here. It's pretty warm out there, dude. Yeah, I ran into a couple of issues with the cabinet. Turns out it was actually rubbing against the seatbelt shoulder harness, so we had to cut a piece off, and I tidied it up a bit with the netting in the back. Now it's time to put it in. Good God. Well, that video ended kind of abruptly. I got it all screwed in, and Wayne needed to go to the hardware store to pick up some caulking, so we took off. It was late. I ended up coming home, but this is what it looks like today. Yeah. Coming together, eh? What do you think? So far I'm pretty happy with the way everything went together. We still have to cover the wood underneath the bed area. Today I need to look at putting a subframe drop. I need to lower the motor and transmission to hopefully stop my axles, front axles, from binding up. I'm getting an axle wobble, which is known for these things, but not for lift kits that are 1 inch in height. We're gonna address this. Let me show you. So that is the actual frame and engine mount. What we're needing to do is to take those 3 bolts off and put washers between it and the actual body. And this side looks a little bit more difficult. We'll probably have to remove this and have a look. Okay, after a bit of a struggle, we got the air cleaner up, and this is very simple. We have 1 bolt here, 3 bolts that go into the transmission. I just need to pull off this apparatus and put washers underneath it. So that should be very simple. And this one's going to be a little bit tighter to get at, but it shouldn't be a problem. I've been defeated. Yes, we've had to remove that. Everything that was in here, only to be defeated by 1 bolt holding in the actual rubber mount bolt. But while I was under there, I was noticing something else that might be causing it. The new shocks have about this much space more lower it could go, so I'm hoping that might fix the issue. And look at that first. So what I did find was that I'm old, decrepit, and it's hard for me to work. No. The shocks did, as soon as I loosened them up, they did pop it down into proper place. I'm hoping that minuscule of a drop will fix this issue. We're going for a test drive. Okay, the air cleaner is all back in place. I found out it was a bit dirty, so we ordered a new one. Out on my test drive to make sure it wasn't having the axle wobble, the shocks actually dropped about a 1/4 inch on one side and 1/8 of an inch on the other side, and it has eliminated the axle wobble. Perfect. And on my trip test drive, I picked up a little piece of aluminum to help sturdy up my bed when I climb in the back. Pretty happy what we've got done. This thing is this close to being on the road. Early next week we'll be getting some new shocks for the rears to put in. That should make everything leveled out and looking really, really fine. We got to start organizing and getting this ready to go camping. It's beer time. We find ourselves back at the shop the very next day. There's a hint of a wobble every so often. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can make C washers to slide in instead of having to remove the whole mount. Wish me luck. Oh, I love my sexy little beast. Big blue behemoth. We'll come up with a name for it. The idea is to loosen off those 2 bolts there, nuts, and place washers underneath them. Let's see what we can do. So we ran out of luck here in the shop. But right next door there's a Hub and Springs shop. Next door is Hub City Springs. Yeah, those guys. And they happen to have washers of the right size. We're putting 2 on each of the motor mounts that are on the motor, so the motor will drop down by a good 1/4 of an inch. We pulled the whole bracket out and we'll put the washers underneath of the bracket. I'm hoping this is going to work. We're just buttoning everything back up. This next one's going to be a bit of a chore. I have to remove all of this. Crap. Okay, this is where we ran into problems last time. We couldn't move this out of the way. So these 2 bolts down here, we're going to have to cut the actual washers so I can slide them in underneath. So we cut the washers into the letter C and they slid in there just perfectly. Buttoned it all down. I'm still getting a slight wobble. The video I saw added 3 washers. I only added 2. I'm going to put up with it for now because in actuality it is like 98% normal. So I'll put up with some of the shimming once in a while. It was pretty amazing. So I'm going to take a break from worrying and let's start focusing on packing and getting out of here.
If you're liking what you see, please come over and join the Dude and I on YouTube and check out more of my videos where you can subscribe, like, and comment.
Brent the VanLife man.